Okay, so a lot of you have been asking, when can I stop wearing masks if I've gotten the vaccine? The CDC, March 8th, just put out a resounding, maybe now? I'm Dr. Scott Bland. I'm a family physician who's here to help you understand the health information that's going out there so that you can make the decisions that line up with your priorities and values. As we start talking about what the CDC is saying about starting to ease their recommendations on masking, if this is the kind of thing that you're being excited about sharing with your friends and family, learning more about, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and consider sharing with some folks, because it might be time to start to get together with a couple family members at a time. So the CDC just today came out and gave a question mark kind of answer for when we can start wearing masks after we've had vaccines. A lot of people have had them. It's a good thing the Johnson & Johnson's already out, so now we've got 3 manufacturers giving out vaccines, which is helping. And a lot of folks are wanting to kind of go back to normal and stop wearing their masks. I would love it. Question is, what does the CDC actually say in their statement they just put out March 8th? The important thing to remember through all of this is that the CDC is not your governor. The CDC is not your mayor. Neither am I. I am not your personal physician, but I'm going to try to explain the statement that they gave so that you can figure out what that means to you. The first thing it talks about is the definition of what is a vaccinated person. So if you got stuck today on a Monday, are you a vaccinated person the second you walk out of that building? No, you are not. Right now, they're talking about 2 weeks after your vaccination process is over. So if you got the Moderna and the Pfizer, that is 2 weeks after your second dose, not your first dose, 2 weeks after your second dose. If you got the Johnson & Johnson, currently a 1-dose series, 2 weeks after that, you are considered a vaccinated person. If you are not in that category and you're not 2 weeks after completing your series, as far as the CDC is concerned for these rules, you are not vaccinated at all, okay? So the big question is, when is the CDC saying you can take off your mask? That is a pretty limited space of time right now, so let's kind of go through that. The first is, they're talking about this is only between 2 household units at a time. And there's some very specific conditions. So if your household unit has all been vaccinated and somebody else's household unit has all been vaccinated, that's 2 household units. The CDC is now saying you don't need masks anymore because the risk of transmission is so low. That is wonderful news. Other condition, and this is the one that gets a little more tricky, is if one household has all been vaccinated and the second household has not been vaccinated, it comes down to, is there anyone with high-risk members in that group, right? So that's your older folks, that's diabetes, that's lung problems, that's high blood pressure, that's immunocompromised people. So folks in that high-risk category, if they are unvaccinated, still masks, still social distancing. The CDC is saying, however, though, if one of the household units is all vaccinated and the other is unvaccinated, low-risk people, that you don't actually need masks anymore, according to what the CDC is saying. Now, before everyone wants to go and throw a massive party without masks, let's be very clear about what the CDC is not recommending. They are not recommending running around in public with no masks on. That's not what they're saying. They are not recommending that you have a large family gathering and get 70 of your closest family members together and everybody hang out without masks. That is not what they're saying. 2 household units only. So if you get 3, 4 family members, the entire street worth of neighbors, that doesn't count for what the CDC is saying. The guidance that they still have there is to wear your masks and to socially distance, okay? Obviously, the data and the recommendations for what the CDC is saying about the coronavirus are going to change as more people get vaccinated, as we get more information, as we get more data coming in from all the studies and the tracking that they're doing. So maybe there'll be some new things soon. If you want to see what those are, please make sure that you subscribe so that you can get new information as it comes out. I'll do my best to keep you up to date on all the breaking news. Make sure that you check in regularly. I'm going to have some links as to what the CDC has going on so you can see what's up to date right now if you're seeing this for the first time. And remember, if you've got friends and family who are constantly asking you questions, maybe you've got some folks who might not know all the right information, feel free to share and we'll try and keep them updated so that everyone can make informed decisions about the things that make them healthy. Please stay safe out there. Comment below if you've got some questions. There's probably a bunch of them, and let me know what I can do. Thanks.